All right, shalom. First off, I want to start up by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadashis, all praises to the world calls God, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, Ba'ashem meaning in the name, Yahushai being the name, but only beyond the Son. Also, I want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect preachers for the truth and sincerity on the brother Tazabah and the Great Millstone, Arizona camp with another video to edify. And I want to go on this video his brother put up. I forgot his name, but he always has edifying videos, gets the precepts. But essentially what's going on in China is they're locking people up away and detaining them for catching the COVID-19, right? Right. So they're locking them up in these confinement centers for 7 to 10 days or even more. And they're ripping them away and dragging them off while they're doing this. Now, I'm going to play it.
I guess got some Ba'ashem Yahweh. And now this is something that we were seeing happening.
And hey, they dragging people off, and the crazy thing about it is I've had dreams about this shit. I've had quite a few dreams about this type of stuff happening, and every one of them the Lord delivered me out of it, and those I was trying to get out as well. As hey, and this time, man, Yahweh Ratazah, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ratazah, right? We gonna get through this, but ultimately you gotta have a mindset to be able to go through these things, because this is a high likelihood that you could be put in this, man. You can be put in this predicament. All right, so you have to have your mind prepared for these things. All right. So let me go to the article this brother had from Zero Hedge, and it's cold, man. It says, take a rare glimpse inside China's Zero Cove madhouse. It says the Western world has been given a rare intimate look inside the confines of the Chinese COVID-19 concentration camp after Financial Times Shanghai correspondent Thomas Howell was ensnared by President Xi Jinping's Zero COVID regime. It's not that Howell tested positive. Merely being designated as the closest contact was enough to sentence him to 10 days of confinement. And he really was just in a prison. It's a more leg room, but a prison. It says on a secret island camp identified only as P7. Howell provides a premiere on framework of Chinese system works. PCR testing in China is almost daily. Ritual testing, daily ritual is almost in Salakia. PCR testing in China is an almost daily ritual, and testing booths are commonly common on street corners. I'm gonna jump down. It says they are merely a surface machinery. They are merely the surface machinery of a vast monitoring system. China's digital CV Pass resembles track and trace programs elsewhere, except it's mandatory and it works, right? So mandatory tracking and tracing. Using Alipay or WeChat, the country's two major apps, a QR code is linked to each person's most recent test results. The code must be scanned to get in anywhere, whereby tracking, thereby tracking your location. Now, when it goes from PCR test to just the chip, this is what you got to look at, right? Do you have your chip? Well, you can't come in here. Now they're doing with, PCR test. Pretty soon, that stuff's going to switch. Now it says, Howe's journey into CV madness started with an incident outside a Shanghai bar. Apparently, someone who had also been at the bar tested positive via the tracking system. The authorities knew Hao had been there too. Hao had won some kind of terrible lottery. On the day he was in the bar, there were only 18 cases in all of Shanghai that day. A city of 26 million people. A few days after this bar outing, authorities called to confirm he'd been at the bar. The next day, a caller from the Shanghai Municipal Center for Disease Control and Prevention alerted him that the authorities were on their way. Hao was about to be taken away. An expression Chinese use when describing a phenomenon, meaning whenever somebody has to get chauffeured off because they got caught up in this being tracked and traced, along with somebody that might have even been positive, they just, he's getting taken away. It says next, a hotel staffer called to say he couldn't leave Salakia, in that the hotel was locked down due to his mere presence in it. Right? And that's what they're going to do. They're going to lock places down just to get the elect. Right? Then came the men in hazmat suits. I'm going to jump down. It says, right here, it says, as he was trudging along to the assigned quarters, a fellow detainee pointed to 3 rows of wire above the perimeter fence, beyond which were only tall trees. Hao's new home was a box similar to a shipping container, elevated by short stilts. His and every door was monitored by a camera. There was no hot water. Inside the 196 square foot cabin, it says there were 2 single beds, a kettle, and an air conditioner unit, a desk chair, and a bowl, 2 small cloths, 1 bar of soap, and an unopened duvet, a small pillow, a toothbrush, 1 tube of toothpaste, a rolled up mattress roughly the thickness of an oven glove. The floor was covered in dust and grime. The whole place shook when they walked around, which I soon stopped noticing. The windows were barred, though you could still lean out, and there was no shower. The bed was made of an iron frame and 6 planks of wood, and the mattress, right? And they're showing pictures. Right? And the mattress was so thin you had to lie completely flat. The bed frame, meanwhile, was impossible to lean against. Right? So this is those conditions. These are those conditions, right? This sounds like prison, man. It might be more stretched out, but it sounds like a prison, right? And now they're justifying it by these means, but it's going to change up, right? This is Revelation 2:10. It says, fear none of those things which you shall suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give you a crown of life. And that's what you got to do, right? If these circumstances that the Lord put in our lot, we got to have faith that the Lord is going to get us out of those things as well. You got to keep your faith under there. You can't switch up, right? Say it goes from CV, right, to getting a chip. You need to be faithful unto death, right? You need to say, F it, the Lord will get me out. Nah, I'm going to take whatever they want so I can at least get out of here. Nah. You're going to have to show real faith, man. All right? This is 2 Ezra 16. And 68. I'm sorry, 67. It says, behold, the Most High himself is the judge. Fear him. Leave off from your sins. Forget your iniquities to meddle no more with them forever. So shall the Most High lead you forth and deliver you from all troubles. And this is why you're doing what you're doing now. Leaving off of those sins, amending your ways, repenting, trying not to go back to that old man, fighting that battle daily. Right? It's that the Lord will lead you forth and deliver you from all the troubles that are coming on the face of the earth. Right? It says verse 68, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. Didn't it sound like an idle situation? Couldn't leave, the windows are barred shut. People always constantly monitoring, right? You just in a box with nothing, right? In this, it did say he has some Wi-Fi, but that still ain't nothing, man. Right? It says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and reproach and trodden underfoot. So you take in whatever this devil has to offer in that day, just so you can sit here and think you're going to live a little more. The Lord said it himself. Said, he that saveth his life shall lose it, and he that loses his life for my sake shall find it. Right? So you take in whatever this devil has to offer to live any more comfortably in this world, you're going to lose, man. That's what it means, man. If you want to consent unto him, you're going to be had in derision, man. Who's going to... Hey, we saw people that consented unto this devil with this whole CV thing, and all these niggas doing a Harlem Shake, right? Because they got the juicy juice in their arm, and they got jabbed up. They consented unto the devil. Now they're had in derision. You don't know what to do, right? Sudden death syndrome is on the rise, and we know where that came from. It says, for there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear Yahweh, right? They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh, which is talking about the Israelites. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. We saw in the beginning that they were dragging people out. Right? This is something you got to have in mind, that this could possibly be your lot. But then at the same time, for all our faith is all you need. Trusting and believing that, hey, the Lord brought you in this, the Lord will bring you out. It's all you need. Verse 73, it says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold is tried. Right? It says, hear, O my beloved, O ye my beloved, say Yahweh, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. And that's the mindset you have to have in these days, man. I'm gonna jump. Yeah, I'm good on that. This is Hebrews 11. And 33. It says, I'm sorry, 30. Who through faith subdued kings, wrote righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouth of the lion, right? This is what faith does. So in those days when you're put in that position, being faithful unto death, right? This is what men have done in the past through faith. It says, quench the violence of fire. Right? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego quenched the violence of fire. Right? Escaped the edge of the sword. Out of wickedness were made strong. Out of weakness were made strong. Talking about Samson. Right? wax valiant in fight, turned to flight armies of aliens. Women received their dead, raised raised to life again, right? And others, right, were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they might obtain a better resurrection, right? It says, and others had trials of cruel mockings and scourges, yeah, moreover of bonds and imprisonments. You got to be willing. You got to be willing and ready to go through that, man. All of us do. And that shit sounds like it sucks, man. But hey, Baba Kushai Yaba Shema Shai, you deliver us. It says they were stoned, they were sawn asunder, were tempted, were slain with the sword. They wandered about in sheepskins and goatskins, being destitute, afflicted, tormented, of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered in deserts and in mountains and in dens of the caves of the earth. Right, talking about the 50s that were hiding in the caves. And all these, having obtained a good report through faith, received not the promise, the Most High having provided some better thing for us, that they without us should not be made perfect. Right? So through faith, this is how we're going to get through these things. You got to have the faith to get through this, to obtain that promise, to be faithful unto death. Right? It's just a very quick lesson, man. Very quick lesson. This, this is soon coming to America. Shalom.